Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name's Graham Wood, and today I'm going to show you how I make beef pepper curry. Beef pepper curry. It comes from Sri Lanka. It's a very tasty curry. It's not the usual curry which you would come across in India or Pakistan, but it has a unique flavour which actually makes it quite special, and a lot of people really enjoy it once they've actually tried it. It's sort of more pepper based as opposed to curry based, but it's the pepper that gives it some heat along with a bit of chilli. The preparation time doesn't take that long, however the cooking time probably takes 2-3 hours, so you probably need about 4 hours to get this from starting the ingredients onto the table. So I think the next thing we'll do, as we normally do, is to go straight onto the ingredients, and there are quite a few of them, so bear with me. Okay, well the first thing is, as the name of the curry indicates, we need some black peppercorns. Next we're going to use 2 onions. Next we'll need some garlic, 3 cloves of garlic. Next we'll need some fresh ginger. This needs to be peeled and grated. Fresh ginger. Next we need some rump steak. We need 2 packs of it, so that's about 500 grams of rump steak. And then we're going to use some coriander. That's ground coriander. And then some cumin. These are the spices that go in it. And then we need some fennel seeds. And then we need some turmeric. And then we need 2 tins of coconut milk. You can make your own coconut milk out of desiccated coconut, but it's actually cheaper to buy it in tins, believe it or not. Coconut milk. You need some chilies. I'm probably going to use about 1 of these. These are medium red chilies. Need a bit of salt. Lemon juice. And we need some ghee. If you remember, my last video was ghee, how to make it. Haven't used any yet. And there you are, ghee. I don't think we'll need that much. Probably about a tablespoonful. And then we need creamed coconut. We need 1 sachet of this, and that comes later. And that, I believe, is that. Right, the first thing we'll do is grind up some pepper. We actually need 4 teaspoons of this, so it's going to take a lot of grinding. Lots and lots. Obviously, if you have a pestle and mortar, then use that. It's a lot quicker. I think with this curry, how hot it is depends on how quickly your hand gets tired. Normally you would put in about 2 to 4 teaspoons of ground pepper. Let's see where we're at. That's probably pretty close actually, before my hand drops off. As I said, if you've got them pestle and mortar, then that's probably a quicker way of doing it. Or, of course, an electric grinder. Do not have one of those, unfortunately. Right, that will do. Okay, next we're going to do 2 onions, and I think what we're going to do with these, because they've got to be finely chopped, is we're going to use our small blender. Top and tail them. Right, the next bit is garlic. Right, what we're going to do with these is crush them. We'll crush them straight into the onion because it all goes in together. 1. 2. 3. Right, that will do for that. Right, next bit is some ginger. Just cut a bit off this. We need 1.5 teaspoons of ginger, so we don't need too much, and we're going to grate it. that to there. That's probably about 1.5 teaspoons. Don't want too much ginger, otherwise it will taste very gingerish. Okay, that's the ginger. What a mess. Right, the next thing is a chilli. What we're going to do is just roll this a bit to try and loosen off the seeds and the inside. Notice I put some gloves on. This is a medium chilli, so it ain't going to be that hot. But gloves on is probably a good thing. What we'll do with him is just come down there. Empty all this out. Right, we got rid of all the seeds, so we're just going to chop them up. Right, that is your chilli. The next thing we're going to do is the beef. I've got a couple of rump steaks here. There's about 500 grams of beef. And we're going to cut them into sort of cubes. Let's see what we got. We don't want too much fat in it, so... I'll do for one. Let's pop that there. There. Nice marbled meat. It's roughly about the size you're looking at. Doesn't need to be too small because the beef will shrink as you're cooking it. Okay, that's the meat done. Right, what we need to do now is dry roast some of the spices before we actually add them to the pot. First one we're going to do is coriander. So what you're going to have to do is dry heat a pan. Don't put it on too high, otherwise you will damage the pan. So I'll put it on 3. So for coriander, you'll need 1 tablespoon, which is roughly 4 teaspoons, which is equivalent of 20 milliliters, I guess. So we got a tablespoon of ground coriander in there, and after this is what goes in first, and then afterwards we're going to do 2 teaspoons of cumin, sorry, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, and the cumin and the fennel seeds get separated because they go in later. When it starts to heat up, you'll notice it will start to smoke slightly, because this does contain moisture, even though it's ground. It will change colour as well, go darker. Okay, it's pretty much changed colour now. I think we're there. So we get rid of that. Put it onto there. This goes in the pot first. Put that to one side. Next to go in is 2 teaspoons of cumin. Now, I've made a mistake here because it's supposed to be ground cumin, but these are actually cumin seeds. So, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be alright. I've got nothing to grind it with, so you'll just have to do. Now as the cumin and the fennel go in together, you can actually cook them together. Hopefully they'll both roast at the same time, at the same speed. With fennel, you just need 1 teaspoon. These go in later on. You can see that they're changing colour already. Right, we're going to turn the heat off because they're done. Right, that's done. Okay, so here we are. We're pretty much ready to put everything in the pot now. So what we're going to do is add the meat first. Into the pot. So in it goes. Yay. Right, we're going to take our roasted coriander, which you saw me roasting earlier, and put it in there. And what you need to do here, I didn't get all the meat. Come here. What we're going to do here is mix this in. So basically you're mixing the meat in with the roasted coriander. And then we're going to leave it for 15 minutes. So that's all mixed in. I'm going to leave it for 15 minutes just so that the meat will soak up the coriander flavouring. Okay. And then we'll add everything else. One of the things you'll notice I've done with the coconut milk is basically I've put the 2 tins into a large bowl because the tins generally, the coconut milk has solids in the tins, and you need to make sure that you're in a position where you can just stir it to get so that the solids dissolve into the milk itself, hence the jug. Right, we'll give this 15 minutes. Right, okay, we've had our 15 minutes, and probably a bit more. So now, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So what we need is 2 cups of milk, which is 500 millilitres. So I've got 800 millilitres in there, so I need to pour enough milk in to make sure that there's 300 millilitres left. I think that's right. Bit more. More yet. Obviously, if you put too much in, you'll never get it back. So don't put too much in. So that should leave 300 millilitres. There you go. Right. So you've got 500 millilitres of coconut milk in there. The recipe actually calls for what they call curry leaves. Now, curry leaves are not related to curry powder. Curry leaves are actually a sort of quite a citrusy type of leaf which comes off the curry tree which grows in Asia. So in order to compensate for not having any curry leaves, because they're very difficult to get hold of, what I got here is 4 lime leaves. So I'm going to put those in. 4 lime leaves. They look like that. And 2 bay leaves. And that compensates for 8 curry leaves. You can actually get curry leaves on Amazon, but the last ones I got didn't look very good, so I didn't bother again. 1, 2 bay leaves. Obviously, once this is cooked, you discard those. Right. So that's all the leaves. Now you put in your onion, your garlic, your ginger and your chilli, and mix it all in. What you're going to do is, once all these things are gone in, you're going to bring it to the boil and then simmer it until the meat is tender. And then after that, you get rid of the gravy. Well, you don't get rid of it, you separate the meat from the gravy and then you fry the meat in ghee. But obviously we're not there yet, so we will mix everything in first. Right. Now you need about half a teaspoon of turmeric. I know I have some somewhere. There it is. It's a shame that this spoon will not go in the pot. So that's about half a spoon. Half a teaspoon. Mix that in. It actually looks like porridge, doesn't it? I think that's the volume of onions in there. They'll I'm sure they'll disappear. Right, we've got the chilli in. Right, now we need 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, a tablespoon is like 20 millilitres. So let's find some lemon juice. So 20 millilitres is 4 teaspoons. In fact, no, we actually need 3 tablespoons, so that is 60 millilitres. This will take a while. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So that is 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So now what we're going to do is mix it all in. We're going to bring it to the boil, and then we're going to simmer it until the beef is tender. This will probably take about an hour. Definitely looks like porridge, doesn't it? Now, if this dries out too much during the simmering process to tenderise the beef, then just add a bit of water. Because we're obviously going to reduce it later. But we don't want this going too hard or too, what's the word I'm looking for? Too thick. We need it sort of a relatively runny consistency so we can actually separate the beef from the gravy. Right. Over to the hob. Okay, this has been running a wee while now. What we're looking for is the beef to tenderise. So let's get a fork. Let's dig a bit of beef out. That's still a bit tough, that one. So we're just going to keep it going for a while. This will probably take an hour. Let me just turn the heat up slightly. In fact, okay, this is going to take a wee while because you want the beef to tenderise first before you drain off the gravy and then fry the beef and then add a bit more coconut milk. And the rest of the herbs that we, all the spices that we roasted earlier, and then we'll finish it off. Okay, lid back on. See you in a bit. Okay, this has been going for an hour now, so hopefully the meat will be tender. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's pretty tender. So what we want to do now is separate the meat from the gravy and then fry the meat. And then add the gravy back in again. So the way we're going to do that, pop this over here. Just move the camera. Well, that's close. Move that over there. Now we're going to drain the gravy into this sieve along with everything else. Now what we want to do is get rid of all the gravy and then dig the meat out. Right, we're going to have to get a fork and dig each bit out. This is real fun. Right, pop this back in with the rest of the gravy. That stay there for a while. I'll do it the other way because I'm not left-handed. Mix that back in again. Right, what we're going to do now is fry the meat. So we're going to put that back on the ring, turn that up to 4. We need to add some ghee. So we add some ghee. Oops. You can't beat a bit of ghee. If you remember, I showed you how to make ghee in my last video. That'll do nice. So we're going to fry the meat up with that. Right, this is reduced nicely. Not reduced, it's fried up with the ghee. So what we're going to do is return the gravy, which we made earlier, or which we took out of the meat. Return that back to this. That in. We're going to add another 200 milliliters of coconut milk. If you remember, we had 800 to start off with. We used 500, so we've got 300 left. So after 250, we'll have about 50 left. So we'll just measure that in. That's looking good. Okay. Now what we're going to add is some creamed coconut. This thickens it up. So this will melt into the the mix. So we're going to give that a little stir around. Now you remember the fennel and the cumin which we roasted earlier, right at the beginning? Well, that now gets added. In it goes. And now what we're going to do is let this run until it reduces. Then we'll take the leaves out and then serve it on rice with any accompaniments that you want to have with it. And that's it. So you want this to reduce until it gets nice and thick, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so we've got this on 4 now, and we just want it to reduce to get the rice going, and then we should all be ready at the same time. Bubbling away quite nicely. Well, it's at this stage you want to start digging out bits of leaves. This is what I've been digging out so far. There's all the leaves which were in there. It just saves fishing them out when it's all done. So, here we are. Rice is going, you can probably hear it in the background. The steamer. And we just got to get this to reduce, and then we'll have a nice tasty beef pepper curry for our dinner. Might do a few papadums to go with it, and a bit of mango chutney. How's that sound? Okay, well, we're pretty much there. The rice is nearly done, and we're getting to the point now where we could probably use a slotted spoon to actually dish this up and serve it up. It smells really nice. I've just had a little taste actually, and it is superb. It's a very special curry. I love this curry, and it's not like your normal curries, but it is a good curry. Okay, I think we're pretty much there. So what you can see bubbling away there is the ghee. So we're going to take this off the heat. We'll use a slotted spoon to actually put it on the rice. Okay, so I'll chuck some rice on there. We're going to take our curry, slotted spoon, this is an absolute gorgeous curry. I'll tell you what, ghee makes it really nice as well. Got that nice nutty flavour to it. Okay, I'll take a photo of that. Okay, well that is the beef pepper curry. And it is a special curry, and I would encourage you to try it out because it's different from other curries, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the subscribe button because that will help me to produce future videos. And if you want notifications of all the future videos that I'll be producing, then if you hit the bell, then that will give you notifications of when new videos are coming out. Thank you for watching, and it's been a pleasure to present this how I do it video to you, and hope to see you again in the future. Bye for now.